Hey guys, it's me. I've been asked a lot how I figured out my sexuality, and I figured I'd try to make a brief video on it, being it's late, I'm tired, and being sleepy helps me analyze, I guess. This will be going on my Tumblr account if I can figure it out, and so, yeah, anyway. So, ironically, I didn't realize my sexuality until about a couple weeks ago. I mean, I knew that I like girls, but the guy part was the confusing part, if you will. I guess, I don't know how to explain it well. Like, I knew I liked girls, always. Like, from the time that I liked people, I liked girls. But I guess by saying I was bisexual, I felt like it gave hope to, like, my mom, or like I could relate to my friends by being like, oh yeah, that guy, I date that guy, and then they'd be all like, you know, yeah, because even like a couple friends who I came out to, they're like, oh, so you can still, you know, hit on guys, and I'm like, yeah. But there's a couple things that made me realize my sexuality, and for people who are gay or straight or thinking you're one or the other, this might help you. People who are bisexual, I don't know how this can help. It might. I don't know. Anyway, I'm killing time just by rambling that intro. Anyway, well, first off, this happened a lot when I would date a guy. Like alternating between guy and girl. Whenever I would date a guy, I would immediately notice their faults. You know, I'd be like, oh, they're really hairy and they got a penis, and I just never could see a future with a guy because, you know, at the time I just thought, oh, they're not the right one. But, you know, I tried to date a lot of guys, like a lot of guys. It just wasn't working out. Like, and at first I really did just think to myself, I was like, okay, it's just not the right guy. Over time, it's less of it's the wrong guy and more of it's the wrong gender. So that's the first thing. If you date a specific gender and you just can't see a future with them, or just don't feel right dating them, like, it's really hard for me to explain. I just never felt right dating a guy. Like, when people say like homosexuality isn't natural, I assume how they feel about homosexuality is how I feel towards dating a guy. It just didn't feel natural to me. Secondly, over the course of a couple weeks, I started, you know, thinking, like, deep, because I had been talking to friends and they kept telling me I needed to face the music about my actual sexuality, but of course I was like, there's no music to face, or I'm not ready. And I was just thinking to myself, could I see myself being in a long-term relationship with a guy? Could I see myself walking down the aisles with a guy? Could I see myself spending the rest of my life with a guy? And could I see myself growing old and dying with a guy? I couldn't honestly answer yes. I mean, I suppose things could change between now and then. There might be that chance of me meeting a guy and falling in love, and I'm not one to say love is determined by gender, because it's not. And if I ever find a guy and think to myself, oh, he's cute, I want him, I'm not going to deny myself that by saying, oh, I only like girls. But at the same time, I've been alive 17 years, and it's not been any different. So I guess my conclusion in this really boring ramble is that I can't see myself with a guy. so I'm gay. And if you can't see yourself with a certain gender, then that kind of probably should tell you something. If you could see yourself with either gender, then it means you're bisexual. Anyway, I just got off work a couple hours ago, and I was just doing some deep thought. I figured you guys might want to see my ugly face of ugliness. By the way, I'm doing 2 things on my Tumblr account I thought people might want to know. 1, every workday I'm going to keep a tally on how many people like comment on my eyes. Today it was 2 people. One person was like, do you wear contacts? I was like, no. And they're like, oh. The woman was just like, you got some pretty eyes. Well, that's my first thing. That will start Saturday. And my second thing is, I'm going to be writing how it is to be a cashier. I'm going to be writing about cashier etiquette on both sides. And I'm just going to write like jokes and, you know, feelings that I don't think a lot of people will understand unless they are like a cashier. And maybe if you like the idea, people could start doing that on their Tumblrs, you know. Different jobs or the same job, like just, you know, tell stuff that I wouldn't understand, like if you work at a, I don't know, fast food restaurant or something, and just, it's like, I don't know guys, I'm tired. This whole video probably doesn't make sense and it's 7 minutes long. I'm gonna let you go. I love you guys and stay beautiful. Mwah.